Hello guys and welcome back to another weekly What I Watched. I apologise profusely, I know it's massively late. I'm recording this on Thursday. It's been a very busy week. We're going to see Guardians today. I've been avoiding a lot of YouTube because I don't want any spoilers, so I will try and film a come with me for that also, and you'll get 3 opinions, myself, my husband's and my son's. But let's just catch up with what I've been watching last week. Okay, so it's not going to take us too long today. You can see there up until the 3rd, but obviously Monday just gone with the 1st. So we're only actually going to be going as far as the 26th. So there's only 4 movies there, so we don't have a long one today. So first of all, we watched Chat Room, or I watched Chat Room. Okay, it's a 2010 movie. This is going to be a hard one. When strangers Jim, Eva, Emily and Mo meet William online in his new Chelsea Teens chat room, they're completely seduced by his fast-talking, charismatic character. But beneath the surface lies a much darker truth. William is a dangerous loner, channeling all his energies into cyberspace. I'll not read any more of that. Let me see if there's anyone else I know that has seen it. Yes, 5 people. I'll put that on the screen so you can have a look there. Okay, oh, Nightmare Maven, loved that, 5 out of 5. Okay, so this movie attempts to make the online world of chat rooms, which I think maybe used to be more of a thing a lot of years ago. Now this is 2010, so we're going back 13 years here. I remember the times of chat rooms, you went in to different subjects and you just chatted to random people. This movie attempts to make these rooms, they represent the online rooms as reality. So they have a massive big building and each individual room is one of these online rooms. It's not actually reality, they're not actually in that room, they are in cyberspace talking to one another, but they represent it realistically with all the individuals. There's a bit about trolling, bullying, pushing kids a bit too far, you know, the importance of sort of representing yourself in your room and it looking like you, and it's all very much about very insecure teens and also a teen that is quite dangerous. He's not entirely stable and he has got sinister intent. I don't think it worked personally. I do feel it was a really good concept. I liked the idea of trying to represent in real, realistically, an actual online concept. What did I give this one? Is that 2.5? Was that me? Or is that the average? Hang on, sorry guys. 2. So I didn't really felt it worked, but I did admire the concept. The acting was absolutely fine in it. It looked okay. It didn't work for me personally. Okay, so on the next night, The Kindred. This has been sitting on, I think, Prime for ages. I haven't watched it. Some secrets should remain buried. After her father's suicide, a young mother investigates what led to his death, but when she is haunted by spirits and unearths an unsolved mystery from 30 years ago, she discovers a dark family history that could prove deadly for her child. You can see there what I gave that movie. I gave it a 1.5. Friends, we've got a 3. We've got 2 3s. Now, full transparency, I was so bored I didn't finish it. So I said I tried, but it was so dull I lost the will to live. I lasted about 45 minutes, but my mind kept wandering, waiting for something semi-interesting to happen. It may pay off if you get to the end, but the fight to get there just wasn't worth it for me. So if you know otherwise, obviously, as always, please let me know. It wasn't for me. It didn't work. I was just bored, senseless, and trying to push myself through it. And no, I didn't enjoy that one at all. 1.5. Hasn't been a good week, if you look at those. So this scores the highest of all the movies I watched this week. And this should tell you everything you need to know. This is a romantic movie, and we know I'm not one of these people. The reason I watched this is because Sean from Lost in the Real and Dan from The Upside Down, both from the Cinema Squad, both said, I think there was an Ashton Kutcher movie I watched recently that was shockingly bad. And they says, no, watch this one. This is better. It's, you know, a decent romantic movie. So the past will bear it all. It's got Alison Brie, who I really like. I'm not sure if I've pronounced that correctly. On a trip to her hometown, workaholic Ali reminisces with her first love, Sean, and starts to question everything about the person she has become. Things only get more confusing when she meets Sean's fiancée, Cassidy, who reminds her of the person she used to be. So friends that have watched that, there you go. Oh, Bethany, 4.5. Okay, so there's some scores I'll leave you with. Yes, if you do like this kind of movie, I'm looking at the wrong side. If you do like this kind of movie, I think you will really enjoy this. It was a solid movie, the acting was really good. I was invested in the characters, not because I entirely liked them or their motivations. Think about, and they actually make a reference in this movie to My Best Friend's Wedding. One of the girls actually says to the main character, "You're not doing a My Best Friend's Wedding on me, are you?" So think that kind of concept. This girl has sort of grown away from her hometown. She's moved, I think it was LA. She sort of thinks she's a bit above things, but when she goes back home and reconnects with the main love of her life that she only left to pursue her career, that's the only reason they split up. And he's ready to get married to someone else. So there are a few little twists and turns in there. I wouldn't say anything like massively stands out as like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. There is one thing that happens in it which I just think is ridiculous and it shouldn't be in there. I won't tell you what it is. It involves the two girls and it's just like, what are you doing? Just stop it. So 3 out of 5. Solid little movie if you like that kind of thing. It passed some time. It's just not my genre, but I do recognise it's one of the better of that kind of genre. I didn't find myself fall in love with the characters. I'll give you an example, and I know a lot of people don't like Adam Sandler. I love Adam Sandler's early stuff, and the movie The Wedding Singer just made me fall in love with both the characters. Drew Barrymore does that. She's got this vulnerability about her as an actress that always draws me in. None of the characters did that in this movie, but I do still feel it's a solid enough watch, if you like that kind of thing. And lastly, Gatlop, hell of a game. I think I need to watch this again and pay more attention. One game, one rule, don't lie or you die. 4 friends get together for a nostalgic evening of fun and games after a decade of absence, which takes a dark turn. This has a little bit of a feel of Jumanji in it, but we don't have any wild animals. These guys get together to play this game called Gatlop, which has real world consequences, sort of like weird things start to happen to them. It has a really interesting premise. I do feel I've given it a 2.5. Again, my mind, maybe this week, my mind was just drifting too much. It's been a very busy week, loads of stresses going on. It's just been one of those weeks, guys. Maybe I'm not being fair on the movie. I do really like the concept. I thought it was really interesting. I just feel the execution wasn't quite as good as it should have been. Let's see. Now there you've got 2 people I know that's watched it. Fright Club, which is a couple of guys formed this that are from the same town as I'm from in Northern Ireland. They obviously weren't very keen. And Midnight Spook, 4 out of 5. So that's 2 really contrasting viewpoints there. I come in the middle, more closer to the Fight Club end. It was just a little bit too silly for me, but I do feel if I gave it I would be perfectly willing to give it another chance if people told me it was worth watching again. So you can see the next 3 that I've watched there. The Invisible Guest is a Spanish movie. I watched that on recommendation from Sim's Corner. The Pope's Exorcist I have been wanting to see for quite some time. I didn't go and see it initially really early when it hit the cinemas because I'd heard a lot of really disappointing reviews. And I watched that and The Babadook. Now that one, I will talk more about this next week. When I watched The Babadook for the first time, when it first came out a lot of years ago, 2014, I wasn't very keen on the movie, completely because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what it was doing and what the concept was, and having rewatched it, it just affected me in a completely different way now that I understand what they were doing. So I will talk more about that next week, guys. So yeah, that's it this week, folks. Just lay your eyes on this piece of beautiful, this is my new t-shirt. If you're not a fan of Bottom, this is Bottom, and it's the Halloween episode, which is my favourite, which I adore. I very rarely treat myself to anything, but I saw this and I had to have it. So yeah, that's what I've been watching this week, folks, alongside my normal paranormal spooky things, my normal true crime stuff, and those movies. So not very much watched last week. I will be going to see Guardians today, so I will get that recorded and up for you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, folks. I shall be back with you tomorrow with a review of Guardians. Over and out from Lisa Lives.